election may be over, but there is a new political battle in Alameda County. A group of angry voters is challenging the competence of the chief elections officer. It is not the first time he's run into this opposition. And now, as John Ramos reports, some are calling for him to be fired.
Tim Dupuy has been the registrar of voters for Alameda County for 12 years now, and it hasn't always been a smooth ride. The question now is he incompetent or just a convenient scapegoat for an angry electorate?
Why are we here today? Because we have the culmination of an election that has not been fair, just, and equitable for all. It is not doing the job of providing that voice for the people.
About a dozen angry people had no trouble providing their voices on this day as they rallied outside the Alameda County Administration Building. Inside, they told the Board of Supervisors what they thought of the county's election process.
Our elections have become somewhat a joke.
Their complaints center around Registrar of Voters Tim Dupuy, who they say is failing the county.
We are calling for and demanding that the Board of Supervisors fires Tim Dupuy, the Registrar of Voters. He does not inspire confidence in the electorate, and the voters deserve better.
The complaints are wide-ranging, from the length of time it takes to count and certify results to the difficulty some say they have in monitoring the processing of ballots in the counting center.
You should be able to, as an observer, watch ballots being processed from beginning to end and monitor the chain of custody of the ballots. You can't do that down here.
Kanitha Matori feels her run for the at-large council seat in Oakland was sunk when her name was put on the back of the ballot page without a note to voters.
I've never been so frustrated with the city of Oakland, and the more I learn, the more I feel that there's so many errors in so many parts and level of this whole entire thing, and it needs to be changed, and it cannot be ignored anymore.
Tim Dupuy didn't respond to our request for comment, but it's not the first time he's run into controversy. In 2022, he mistakenly used the wrong process for counting ranked choice votes in a school board race, naming Nick Resnick as the winner when Mike Hutchinson actually got more votes. But East Bay political strategist Mary Jo Rossi, who has weathered many campaigns, says the criticism of election workers across the country is patently unfair.
Unhappy people are always looking for a scapegoat, and it turns out that the elections officials are just one scapegoat for them.
Mail-in balloting, ranked choice voting, multilingual election materials, they've all contributed to make the task much more complex. And Rossi says if votes are taking longer to count, it's because there is so much more scrutiny by people who are generally suspicious of the entire process.
The pressure is on them to every extent to dot every I and cross every T. And unless they do that, they're subject to criticism. So I think that we're headed in a place where if you don't like the outcome of the election, that you're going to try to blame it on someone. And I think they're an easy scapegoat, but I have every faith that they're doing their jobs.
Fire Tim Dupuy.
But some have lost their faith, if not their voices, and they've decided the man in charge of counting the ballots is to blame.
So in addition to being the registrar of voters, Tim Dupuy also serves as the information technology director for the county. He was selected to do both jobs by the Board of Supervisors in 2012.